In this session, we're going to talk about thoughts, beliefs, and values, the importance of them, and how to sort of reconstruct them relative to what you want to create and the importance of that, and also where do these things come from in the first place, right? If you interact with the average human being today, they will want to defend whatever position they hold, right? As people call it today, like speaking my truth and all this kind of stuff, which can be fine, as long as you're living the life exactly as you want to live it today and into the future. So if there is nothing about your life that you want to see improve, there's no outcome that you want to achieve beyond what you currently have, then hold on to your thoughts, beliefs, and your values exactly as they are, and be relentless in the protecting of those. However, if you want to see an evolution of your life, you want to reinvent yourself, you want to see transformation occur, you want to fulfill something beyond what you have ever been able to do before, then you're going to have to evolve your thoughts, your beliefs, and your values. And so it's so important to understand that we all have a natural inclination to defend wherever we are. If somebody has a different belief than us, we tend to want to argue with them, as opposed to listen to their perception. We want to defend our belief and make our stance right, and therefore everybody else's stance, who is different than ours, is inherently wrong. And in my opinion, we're missing an important element if that's the way we're going through the world, right? Is I'm right, other people are wrong, or what is right, what is wrong. I would recommend a different way of evaluating. Right? And the whole point is, if that's the way we're going through the world, we don't actually have a way to evaluate our thoughts, beliefs, and values, even when they need a change. Now, if we get clear on what we want to create, hey, I want a different financial reality for myself. I want to be inside of a different level of health and vitality with my body. I want better relationships in my life. I want my relationships to improve. I want to create a new level of success in my business or a hobby that I engage in. Or maybe just want to be happier. Like you're not very happy each day and you're struggling to get through the day and you're anxious and you're overwhelmed and all that kind of stuff. It's because of your thought, beliefs, and values. Like those are the origin of stress in the most fundamental way. Like if we understand why we're stressed or where real overwhelm comes from, a lot of times it's anchored in the way we're perceiving the world, which is held in place by our thoughts, beliefs, and values. And so once we start going, okay, I want to make, twice the amount of money I make right now, or I want better health, or we name any outcome that we want to achieve beyond where we are, and then we start looking at our thoughts, beliefs, and values with that as our context, you start to understand that, hey man, this belief I'm holding is not productive for what I want to achieve. Money doesn't grow on trees. Like I heard that growing up, right? A lot of us heard that phrase. Hey, is that going to, fuel financial confidence? And is that going to support me to building wealth? Like the obvious answer is no. But yet if we have a sense of belief in that and we're invested in that belief and we're not willing to change it, well, it's going to be one of many belief constructs or values that are going to keep us from building wealth. So what's more important, being right or wealthy? Being right or being happy, being fulfilled, and being in the best experience of life you've ever had? Like you can't have both, right? You've got to make yourself right as an alignment of your outcome that you want to achieve. And so for me, I don't mind so much if other people have a difference of opinion than me. Matter of fact, I like to leverage others' opinions, and I'm always inquisitive, and I always ask the question, hey, is their framework, is their belief, is their value more productive than mine for producing my outcome that I want to achieve or that I want to maintain? If it is, I adopt it. If it isn't, I say no thank you. I let them hold on to it. I don't need to debate with them about why I'm holding my framework and why they're holding their framework. I just need to understand, is who I'm being each day with myself taking me to where I want to go? And if we really understand where thoughts, beliefs, and values came from, they didn't come from you in the first place. They came from your past, your caregivers, your environment, and you adopted those thoughts, beliefs, and value systems, and the ones that you inherently believe as true or occur to you as real are because they're tied to a strong emotion. You eliminate the emotion, and now it's just a thought, right? The world is flat. Like for most people, that's just a thought. Like we understand the world's not flat, but yet there's still some people out there who have a strong emotional investment in the idea that the world's flat, right? And that belief is real and true for them, even though it's nonsense, right? And so it's like, how many beliefs are we holding that are utter nonsense simply because we have an emotional investment in it? And man, if all of a sudden we let that change, we could go sailing. Like you could do things because the belief would open you up to new possibilities if you understood the reality of the world. As an example, you could leverage that, okay? And so thoughts, what's the difference between a thought, a belief, and a value? Is simply the emotional intensity we tie to each. If it's just a thought that comes and goes, there's not a strong emotional tie to that. A belief has a little stronger emotional tie to it. We're less willing to let that belief shift, change, and evolve. We're more likely to debate that belief and hold on to it. And then if it's a value, it's really just a thought construct, just like a thought is, just like a belief is. We just tie a lot stronger emotional investment to the value because it's more kind of who we relate to as our identity. And so thoughts, beliefs, and values become our identity. So if you want to create a new reality for yourself, you want to transform your life, the first step to doing that is to take on a new identity. And then as you embody a new identity, you're going to get new results because you're going to think different. You're going to have different beliefs. You're going to take on different values, which are then going to change your decision-making process. It's going to make available new choices, new actions, new opportunities that until we reinvent ourselves in this way, we take on a new identity, we don't even have access to. And so please, I encourage you to start, evaluating your beliefs and see which one should you own as yours and which one should you say, hey, I took that on from my environment or from a friend or a family member who meant well, but it's never going to take me to the outcome result I want. So I'm going to let that go and I'm going to start replacing it with a belief that is more who I want to be, aligned with the identity of who I want to become, the experience of who I want to become, and the life I want to create. And if you consciously construct your thoughts, your beliefs, and values relative to the life you want to live and create, then you're going to have that life and you're going to live it and you're going to create it, because that is the bridge from where you are to where you want to go, is initially changing your identity through changing your thoughts, your beliefs, and values. Because our identity and our thoughts, beliefs, and values are kind of like they're linked, they're one and the same. And so, have the courage to change who you are, adopt some new thoughts, beliefs, and values, test them, measure them to who you want to become, the life you want to create, the outcomes, results you want to get, and have that be sort of the North Star that you leverage to determine if a belief has value or not, as opposed to, I just have a strong feeling about it. And so I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you again soon.